The South African Revenue Service has presented its strategic plan for the next 3 years to Parliament Standing Committee on Finance. SARS Commissioner Magashule outlined the use of trusts by high net worth individuals to protect assets, the cost of compliance for SMEs, and transfer pricing around big businesses as key areas for the revenue collector.
We have just modernized, as I mentioned in my presentation, our company income tax, and as I mentioned also, the new income tax return 14 that we launched last week Saturday is much more simple, especially for small businesses, as I mentioned, and we hope that would bring down the cost of people complying, especially with company returns.
That's Magashule, the SARS Commissioner. At the same briefing, Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan said the issue of corruption, both amongst individuals and SARS employees, remains a major concern to the department.
But our intent is to fight corruption wherever we find it, within our limited capability. But you've heard me say fairly loudly more recently that corruption is not a treasury issue or a departmental issue, it's now becoming a social issue. And just like tax compliance was made a social issue, and we changed the tax compliance culture in South Africa, but we've got to continue to change it, otherwise it'll come back to the old normal. In the same way, corruption has to be fought wherever we find it. And so you can be assured of our determination in this regard, but we need a lot more help. So, for example, members of the committee need to say a lot more loudly than I think they currently do, with great respect, across party lines, which is something I've also appealed to you on, that they also are going to take a vigorous view on corruption, apart from making speeches or pointing fingers, Chairperson. But what can we concretely do to create a climate where corruption is looked down upon as an economic activity, but also as a social activity?